All right. So the clock is exactly 12. Let's get this started. A very warm welcome to you all this afternoon, and welcome to another exciting ActivePipe webinar. For those of you who are not aware, ActivePipe has been running a series of webinars every week. The idea is to provide as much assistance as possible to all you valuable clients to help you identify, nurture, and make the most of all those opportunities in this new digital world. A bit about myself. My name is Asif, and I'm one of the client success managers here in ActivePipe. Delighted to have you all join us for this session. Lately, for the last couple of months, I have been listening to a lot of motivating stories from you all. Stories about adaptability, resilience. Hats off to you all out there. Almost forgot, we have got the ActivePipe expert with us this afternoon, the head of customer experience, Henry Osborne. Over to you, Henry.
Hey team, good to see everybody coming through. Looking forward to the session today. So the format will start with a little bit of an intro by Sif. We'll then move into a demo within the platform and show all you admins how to get the most out of the platform in terms of building emails and things like that. Sif will run through the agenda. We will have some questions at the end. So there's a Q&A button down the bottom of your screen there. Please fire any questions through there, and we'll cover off as many as we can, time permitting at the end.
Sounds good. Thanks, Henry, for that. We do have a lot of updates on our chat. So hi to everyone who's joining us from all over the world, New Zealand. Hi to all you folks out there as well. So let's not waste any more time. I'll quickly jump onto our session. I will begin by sharing a slide in front of you. Should be popping up any moment now. Cool. If the slide is up right now. All right. Let's do this then. So everyone, as we understand, this webinar is the Admin Masterclass. The idea behind this webinar is to understand the power of email marketing, such a powerful tool you have in your hand, and the value we can deliver through it, nurturing our database. Wait, Josh Fagan's words, customer base. I love that word. So let's dive into it, and I'll just run you through the agenda to begin with, and we'll just dive into the most important part, the most exciting stuff that you've all been waiting for. Now, content, even if I touch on the importance and significance of content, would like to share this exciting story from our dear clients. I had a call with him a couple of weeks back, and this is an interesting story where Kevin mentioned to me about a phone call, a follow-up phone call, in fact, he had with one of his clients provided to him through the profile updates in ActivePipe. So Kevin was to me like as if I had a phone call with Matthew and it was more than 20 minutes. I was like, 20 minutes? It's like, yes, 20 minutes. Matthew was switched on. He kept inquiring about updates on the industry, how us, the team, is tackling the challenges and what. So I immediately went up to Kevin. I was like, Kevin, are you aware of the fact that ActivePipe has got heaps of contents preloaded into your account in the smart feed? Kevin was like to me, yes, I did come across that. I was like, let's dive into it right away. So took Kevin through. He was extremely delighted. I'll run the same thing with you as well. But just before we move into it, we really need to understand, ladies and gentlemen, the value of content under these circumstances. Us as industry experts, how we can profile ourselves, build our brand in front of our customer base, educate them, and inform them on the markets, be that expert, and also at the same time, connect with those passive buyers and sellers who might not be interested in properties right now, but we'll definitely see about it. Moving forward to the agenda, three things we would really love for you to take out of this session. Firstly, build and send emails on behalf of your office. Second, utilize the article, the content that I briefly touched on, and also the exciting stuff, video feeds. I'll show you the YouTube integration you have, and you would be delighted to see the type of good work we can do through those video feeds. At the very end, the campaign builder, how you can choose relevant audience on behalf of each agent. So let's dive into the most exciting part straight away, and I'll take you to the ActivePipe dashboard in front of you. Now I'm logged into the admin account. A little bit of background on what the admin account does is it provides you with a holistic view of all the opportunities across the office on behalf of all of the agents. Not only that, you can send up campaigns on behalf of the team, tailor it down to audiences, and so much more. A quick tip, just for the admins, if you have recently added a user to your active pipe, and if I scroll the screen down low, you can exactly tell who has logged in and at what time. Again, this is a demo account, so just for a reference, but you will be able to tell which team members of yours logged in was last active and when. That should be handy. Moving forward, jumping onto the email builder, by moving to the left-hand side of our screen on the dark panel, clicking on this email icon over here. This takes us to the email section right here, team. We can see that in front of us, we've got a list of emails, very similar to what you have in your accounts as well. Some of the emails would be already pre-created, but every time and anytime you create a brand new email, it would be coming right at the top, appearing in front of you. Now, some of you must be wondering what this cool green button does. It allows us to create a brand new email. We'll just begin our creating of email part by clicking on this email button right here, which takes us to selecting templates. Now, these templates are all branded according to the brand needs. Several brands have several templates, but just for an example, we'll click on this template over here, and we'll have to provide it a name to begin with. But again, this name would be for internal reference only. So I'll just name it as internal. I'm pretty sure you'll come up with more creative names, but let's just continue with this. All right. So as you can see on the top, the name that we just provided internal is right there on the top, and it's editable as well. But what I would love for you to focus on, and the most important part of the email, is the subject header right here. So if I click on this little formula over here, ladies and gentlemen, what it does is it fetches the first name of the contact from your database. How often have we not clicked on an email header with our name on top of it? That email notification we get on our smartphones with our name on top, boom, you click on it right away. So that's a little trick that you can apply. So if you've got Sam Smith in your database, this little formula would be fetching Sam's name onto the subject of your email right away. Wait, did I hear some excitement? Cool. Moving forward, I'll just add a category to this email. Now at the center over here, folks, we have got the canvas. And on the right-hand side, we've got all the painting tools, starting from text, images, property panel, page elements, media, and the article smart field as well at the end. Now your canvas is divided with different panels. This over here, as we can see, is the introduction panel. For those of you who are wondering what this highlighted part means in blue. So just to give a bit of background, what ActivePipe does is if I connect this little first name to this little thing over here, the placeholder, what this little formula does is it fetches your contact's first name from your database. So admin's a little trick for you. Don't have to stress about anything at all on putting in any of the first name of the contacts because it's all automated, very personalized for you. And you just have to put in the placeholder right there and that's ready to go. Not only that, under kind regards over here, you've got your agent's first name, last name, and primary phones as well. In a similar fashion, if I select this part over here, go to placeholder under users, I can exactly select what I want to automate and put in my introduction email header. This photo right here, that would also be pre-filled automatically based on the user accounts and the user photos we have in ActivePipe. Feel that so far so good. That's the introduction part. Now, I want to keep my emails a little pretty. So just to even I move on to the next part, I'll add a bit of spacer to it. You'll see immediately that a green bar would appear right on top. And clicking on the wheel icon over here lets me apply a color to the panel as well. As you can see, we can clearly differentiate the panel right here. Then the next thing I would want to do is put in a header onto the canvas. Quickly jump onto the text panel here, drag and drop this heading onto the canvas. Easy as that. Now I can name this header as your weekly read. We have been discussing a lot on the importance of content. So I'll just begin building this email by having some content on top of it right away. Not only that, I can add a bit of background color to it as well. Let's just select the color blue over here. Not a big fan, but I'll just pick it anyways to have it quick. Next thing I would want to do is dive into the smart feed over here and drag and drop the smart field type onto the canvas. When it's all dragged onto the canvas and it's all ready, this orange icon over here is what we will want to focus on and click on it. Clicking on it leads to this screen over here. And if you can see under Office content, we've got libraries of related articles all pre-uploaded. You will have brand-specific articles over here appearing as well. These are libraries provided by ActivePipe and a lot of our article partners as well. So I'll just click on the real content over here to begin with. And if the internet is kind enough, some very good articles would be appearing on our screen right here, right now. As you can see, we have got tons of articles appearing in front of us. And to begin with, I'll just click on the 8 reasons to get ready to sell now. Easy to select. The article would appear on the screen right away. And not only that, you can amend some content on it as well. If you feel that you really want to keep it precise to begin with, so that you're enticing your audience to click on the article and understand more. The next thing I would want to do is not only highlight one article, but we want to be the expert, right? I'll just click and drop a few more articles here. In a similar fashion, if I click on the orange tile over here, I will begin by selecting the other library over here, the real estate voice. We'll wait for a little while to fetch all the content on the screen as well. Real cool. The internet is definitely on our side today. Now I will just click, say, this one right here. In a similar fashion, we can amend some of the part here as well. Click on another one. I'll click the real estate voice premium as well. Another one right here. Let's build some more excitement with this. Okay, now we have got the content side of things covered. We have got our audience engaged and hooked up onto our content. Would like to take this opportunity to maybe highlight an off-market property that we have with us, or a property that you feel that you really need to highlight to your audience. In order to do that, what I'll do is jump onto the property panel over here. And if you notice, we've got the feature tile here appearing right now. So if I want to drag this feature tile over here, even before that, what I'll do is add a bit of heading to it. Just name it something as here is one for you. I'm pretty sure you'll come up with more creative headings. Jump back to the property panel over here, click on, drag and drop this feature tile. Now, if we are trying to feature or highlight a property, what we want to do is manual select the property, say an off-market property that you have with us. Clicking on this house icon over here, this leads straight to your property feed, whether you have got the opportunity to select any of the properties appearing in front of you. Also, if you want to search for any particular property, you can just click on this search for property panel over here and just type in any of the properties and it would be appearing right away. I'll just select by clicking on this property right here, and you can see this property appears on the screen right away. Now, clicking on this green toolbar on the top, this wheel icon lets me add more details to the property as well. If I can see this panel over here, this drop bar, clicking on it allows me to add additional uh, content or additional material to this hero shot of the property. If I want to add description to it, all I need to do is click on this plus button and it would be added to it as well. Now, lately, you might have come across that we are trying to put forward a private inspection feature on the properties. This is exactly where you would be able to add that feature right here. So we're not too far away from that, and I'm pretty sure I would be catching up with you all very soon on that as well in the following webinars or through trainings. Very excited for that one. Now, if I press save right now, as you can see, we've got a very long description right here. But again, we do have that option of amending things. We can easily narrow it down to till whatever part I want to keep. I just want to keep it till that far. And since we have already highlighted a property, I can drag another creator properties nicely over here. And maybe for this one, what we can do is automate this panel. Just by clicking on this toggle bar, it lets us pre-fill a lot of the properties from your property feed. Now, this grid has the capability of incorporating from a default 4 property grid to 48, but we will generally like to keep it between 10 to 12 because we would want to definitely keep our audience engaged on the properties. Now that's all sorted. The next thing, the exciting part that I've been discussing on is the YouTube integration, the video. If you have got some videos handy for some virtual tours or even agent profiles, that's jackpot right there. And we will want to definitely make use of this downtime and the given circumstances to put in that video of yours that you've got handy. Now, I will just drag and drop this heading right here, and we'll name it a little different. Here is something that you don't want to miss. Oops. Now we can place a placeholder over here. Again, the context first name. In that way, the contact's first name again would be fetched from your database straight up. Now, the next thing I would want to do is dive into the media panel over here, drag and drop this video tile again, click on this video option. It takes us straight to your YouTube channel. If you've got the video handy and upload it to your YouTube channel, we can select any of the videos from there. I'll just quickly select one of our hits from our YouTube channel for between our leader Ash and Josh Vegan. It's quite a hit. We can have that handy right here. Next thing I would want to do is we have got the video here and everything. Add a button to it. This button is very useful if you want to draw your audience, say, to an agent profile. By just clicking on this wheel icon over here, putting in any text you want to put in. Say I'll just type in learn more. And if you copy the URL link, paste it on the button link over here, anytime and every time your audience clicks on this button over here, that will lead them straight to your website. Now I'll just color this panel a bit for a little consistency. Now, in case I haven't missed out on any of the panels over here. Seems like we're quite ready. Just to make sure we're ready, click on this view preview button over here. Gives us a view of the email that we just created, starting from our wiki right there at the top, the feature property, some extra ones, and the video right there with an action button. Now, good practice to view the property and also send this property. In that way, you are already on top of everything that you're trying to send across. I would say send a copy to yourself with the send preview right here. Now I would want to save this email right here. The next exciting part I would want to take you to is the campaign builder. As you can see, this internal email that we just created appears right on the top. Jump onto campaigns quickly, aware of the time we have in our hand as well. Quickly click on this green cool button over here, create a campaign, name it internal again, just for consistency. Add user. I can add all contacts, all users. A question I get often is how to select audience among all these users. Say if Bob has asked me to send to a particular audience of Bob, I would want to just click on edit over here, which leads me to view Bob's total contacts and choose recipients as well from the audience. If I click on this drop down right here, click on this audience that Bob has in his database, we can see that 3 of them are right here. The next thing I will want to do is click on the scheduler, click on date and time. We can have this campaign run on recurring basis or send it immediately as well. Clicking on this option, set the time there, click a time as well. If I click on repeat the scheduler, it would allow me to select every week, fortnight. I'll just leave it right there right now for the time being. The next thing I would do is click on the action button, click on send email. Clicking on this drop down, the internal email appears right here on top. Now we will want to save it and not press save and activate. This is a very good practice to just save it and the campaign would appear as draft. In case we often come up with last minute changes, we can revisit this campaign and then activate it again. I'll just jump back to the campaign side and you can see your internal campaign is ready, created right now, ready as a draft form. Now, any of the terminologies, or even if you're looking for some videos, good practice to do is jump onto our Active Pipe knowledge base, and you can look for any of the videos or the terminologies just by searching over here. Now, I'll take a little bit of breather, and I'm conscious of the time as well. I'll pass on to Henry if there are some questions appearing through the Q&A. Henry, if you're still there.
Sure, yeah. So we've got a couple of questions coming through.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting a lot of questions about the property panels that you touched on there, Sif. So if you wouldn't mind maybe jumping back into the email editor itself,
Mm-hmm.
having a look at the property panel and maybe some of the more advanced options in terms of defining properties via automation.
100%. And that's my favorite part, in fact. I'll just quickly
Ah,
jump
cool,
onto the email builder right here and jump
cool.
onto the internal email that we just created over here.
So just while you're doing that, so yeah, Al specifically asked about the button you entered at the bottom there. So just to answer that question, yeah, Asif did drag in an additional module, that the button module from the right-hand side, he dragged it into the left-hand side. And then when you go to the options cog within that, you can actually select the link for your button and things like that. So hopefully that answers your question there, Al. Also, is there a feature to see bounce back emails? There is, and we can show you that. It's in the reporting. We can show you that afterwards. So yeah, maybe if you want to jump into the property panel there now, Sif.
Yes, I'll quickly do that. So clicking on this property panel, the property feed enabled panel, excuse me, to begin with, the define properties button appears on the screen right away. If I click on the define properties over here, we can choose from panels from basic to advanced. The basic things would be to select the maximum number of properties from the drop-down right here. We can select listing status as well. But the most exciting part for me is the advanced panel over here, where you can exactly narrow down your targeted audience to, or even share properties listed in the last 7 days, 20 days, 40 days as well. For the soon inspections coming up, we can enable that part of it as well. And then the contact part of things, if I jump onto the contact part over here, we can exactly select the audience who interacted with this specific property within the last 7 days, 14 days, and so on. We can match contacts based on requirements, but hey, again, if I select price over here and bedroom, that would lead me to a matched property with price and bedroom. It's not price or bedroom, but price and bedroom. So that's a quick thing that you can look on, but I highly recommend start with the basics first, get strong at it, and jump onto the advanced part. Any other questions so far, Henry?
Cool, thank you for that, Asif. Covered it off really well there. A couple of questions about will we have this session available to view somewhere? Yes, we will. We're actually recording this session so we can send it through to everybody who attended afterwards. So you'll get a recording of this. You can go through it at your own pace and have another look at everything that's been covered. So, so that's all good there. Where can I get one from Ray Sharma here? Where can I get links to ActivePipe default buttons? Good question. We can again send that to you after the session in a follow-up email. So that will include the links to your data discovery survey, appraisal requests, and all those kinds of things, the leads that we capture for you. We can certainly send you those link options within the follow-up email too. Another one here, can content be automated? Yes, it certainly can. As if maybe we jump into the campaign section again, and
Okay.
just show how we can. So the campaign that you've created, if we just show how we can actually automate that to send on a weekly or monthly basis.
Yes, absolutely. Would do it really quick by jumping onto this campaign section over here, clicking on this campaign icon. If you recall, this is the internal campaign we just created. And under date and time, just by tick marking this box, we can select any of the period that we're after, whether we want to repeat this campaign on a weekly basis or fortnight or even monthly. And again, press save to have it as a draft. And if we press save and activate, this campaign would be live to take place every week on Thursday at 5 p.m. Easy as that.
Cool. All right, just conscious of time here. Having a look at these videos. Under media, a question from Kylie. Under media for adding video, other than adding YouTube video, is there other options to other third-party videos? We do integrate with obviously YouTube and Vimeo as well. So if you can store your videos there, you can easily drag and drop them in. There are other options if you don't want to put your videos on YouTube or Vimeo. You could potentially just take a screenshot of the video itself, drag it in as an image into ActivePipe via the email editor there, and just put a link in there that goes directly to your video wherever that's stored if it's not on YouTube or Vimeo. Again, we can give you some more guidance around that in the follow-up email. I think we've got a video on how to actually do that. Works really well for anything that's not stored on YouTube or Vimeo. So we can send you some more info on that too there, Kylie. Cool. Yeah. So look, there's a lot more questions there. We probably can't get to them all live right now on this session, but what we can do is, as I mentioned, respond with an email, including the recording of the session, along with answers to your remaining questions there.
Sounds good then. Thanks for that, Henry. And again, we'll definitely try to reach out to you offline. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Would like to congratulate all for all of the hard work, all the adaptability and resilience you've been showing, and we're really proud of you, and so should you be. So I'll look forward to catching up with you soon again, and stay tuned for the next webinar. And like always, I'm here. If you've got my details, feel free to reach out. It's a wrap then. Take care.
Great job. See ya.